Okay, baby, we're going back to the high school days with this one. I put together a PowerPoint for the first time in about 7 years. It's a flaming piece of crap considering I put it together in about 20 minutes, but that doesn't matter because the content in there is good. And I am not trying to come off as some sort of guru or teacher. I'm simply just listing the three things that have really worked for me, that have really helped improve my trading over the past 2.5 years. So take any information you like. If you don't agree with anything I'm saying, great. This is just simply what has worked for me, and I hope that you can, at least learn something from this. So let's get into it with number one. Number one right here. You need to stop letting your losses define who you are. And what do I mean like that? What do I mean by that? So, what I mean is that when you have a losing day, you let your losses dictate how you spend the rest of your day. So, for example, if you take two losses, let's say a 3% loss in the morning, you let those losses hang around your head like a dark cloud and you just turn into a bum. You're just depressed for the rest of the day. You start taking your anger out on people around you. Man, it's not that serious. You can't be doing that shit. Another thing is losing days can sometimes result in negative self talk. So I know that back in the day when I would take a loss, I would start to have these negative thoughts. For example, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. Is this even worth it? And those negative thoughts can be very dangerous, man. They can be very dangerous and they can quickly spiral out of control. Your first negative thought could be, for example, why did I take that? I'm such an idiot. And then from thinking, I'm such an idiot, you can think, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Am I dumb? Am I never going to get this? Is this a waste of time? Yada, 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 so on, so on, so on. We don't have time for that shit. So by beating yourself up and by, spending the day in a negative mood because you lost a couple trades in the morning, you are just making this process a lot more stressful than it really needs to be. So listen, stop beating yourself up. Because at the end of the day, the more you beat yourself up, the harder this journey is going to be, and the more you will start to resent trading. You're going to learn to hate trading if you're constantly giving yourself a hard time after taking a couple losses. It's part of the process and it happens. And not only will you start to resent trading, but you might even start to resent the people around you. You might start taking your anger out on your brother, your girlfriend, and it's just not healthy for anyone, man. And it's just not worth it. So relax, and really, if you take a losing day, what you need to do is realize that your losses do not define who you are as a person. And I know this sounds so obvious, but I know some people out there need to hear it. If you take a losing trade, that doesn't make you a stupid person. That doesn't make you a bad guy. You took a losing trade. What you need to do is take the loss like a man, study the trade, journal it down, learn what you need to learn from that losing trade, and then simply move on. The goal should be anytime you take a loss, learn everything you can from that loss through journaling, through studying those losers. And then once you've done that, simply just close your computer and try to enjoy the rest of your day. Clear your mind, because trust me, the last thing you want is to be hanging on to that loser for the rest of the day. You're rolling around in bed before you go to sleep and you're thinking, fuck, why did I take that? Why did I take that? I could have been up 600 bucks, blah, 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 blah. No, you do not want that because it will impact your trading day the following day. You're going to be thinking in the back of your mind, oh, I had a losing day yesterday. I need a winner today. That is the last thing you want to be thinking about when you're going into a new trading day. So simply take your loss on the chin, journal down what you need to journal, figure out what lesson you need to learn from that loss, and then forget about it. Forget about it because you will learn to enjoy your day a lot more. And on top of that, when you go into the next trading day, you'll go into the next trading day with a clear mind. You want to be able to trade in the present. You don't want to trade based on past results because that's how you get cooked. Okay, number two. Number two is you need to improve in everyday life. And this is a big one. This is a big one, but I can promise you it is the step to take that will reap you the most rewards. So, what do I mean by improving in everyday life? You can't be a successful trader or successful in any business you want to undertake if you are not successful or disciplined in other aspects of your life. So, your daily habits must align with your overall goals. Trading is tough, man. It is super tough. It requires discipline. It requires hard work. It requires a bunch of mental perseverance. And the way that you build these habits is by doing hard stuff, man. It's by doing hard shit. You're not going to be successful if you open your computer for an hour or two, watch the charts, close it, and then piss off and sit around with your piece in your hand all day. It's just not going to work. So, how do we fix this? How do we fix this? We fix this by cutting out the short-term dopamine and instead going for that delayed dopamine that comes from working towards your goals. So instead of doom scrolling on Instagram, instead of watching Netflix or, I don't know, watching porn all day, we want to replace those shitty, quick dopamine hits with real activities that actually require the habits we need to become a good trader. So for example, going to the gym, reading a book, meditating, backtesting, that is the shit that you need to replace the bad shit with. And listen, I'm not saying that you need to wake up tomorrow and immediately drop all your bad habits. That's very unrealistic, and that's how you burn out quick. The best way to do this is maybe pinpoint one or two things that you know you're doing that don't align with your goals and drop those bad habits one at a time. So for example, if your screen time is 7 hours a day, your first goal for the week should be, I want to cut my screen time from 7 hours to 3. That frees up 4 hours in your day. 4 hours. That's a ton of time to get stuff done. Maybe number two is, hey, Friday to Saturday, I'm just getting absolutely shit-faced, spending $300-400 every weekend, doing drugs. Instead of going out and partying, chasing that short-term dopamine, go to the gym instead. Try to finally get that dream body you've been thinking about, right? So these are the things you need to work on. You need to replace your bad habits with good habits that will help traject you towards your goals. And this is another really important one here. You need to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You need to surround yourself with people who are also on that self-improvement journey. The quickest way to become, and I'm just going to say it straight up, the quickest way to become a loser is to hang out with 4 other losers. And if your friends aren't doing anything productive and they are, let's say weekend warriors working dead-end jobs and just getting absolutely bombed and just getting fucked every weekend and they have no real goals, you're not going to get anywhere in life if you're surrounded by those types of people. You need to find your tribe. You need to find people who are also trying to make a better life for themselves. So again, the best way to gain more confidence on the charts, more discipline on the charts, is to become more disciplined and more confident in everyday life. And this is the most important of the 3 topics I'm going to talk about today. It requires the most work, but it will improve your trading and it'll improve your life tremendously. I promise. So lock in, get rid of those shitty habits and replace those shitty habits with good habits that are going to set you on the correct track to get to your future goals, man. Just do it. Do the hard shit. Do the hard shit. Number 3, less is more. Less is more. What do I mean? I mean, you need to simply start trading less. You need to learn how to sit on your hands. You need to learn to be patient. because overtrading is a very quick way to blow your account, and it's a quick way to drive yourself crazy. And listen, the more you trade, the more emotional you get. So let's say the first 1-2 trades you take, you're probably using more logic than emotions. But once you start getting into the territory where you're taking 5, 6, 7, 8 trades a day, I can guarantee those trades later on in the day are mainly emotion based. So how do we fix overtrading? Well, how did I fix it, I guess, because this is how I sort of took care of all of this, but this is how I would recommend you fix overtrading, and what worked for me is learn to sit on your hands. And this is so much easier said than done, but the way you do that is by building discipline. And this goes back to the self-improvement journey. The way you build discipline is by becoming more disciplined in everyday life. That's why you need to work on yourself as a person, not just work on your trading. So you will build that discipline by doing hard shit and doing it over and over again. Start going to the gym, blah, 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 blah. You know the deal. Anyway, become a sniper. You need to focus on becoming a sniper instead of a machine gun operator. You want to hone in on that one trade and pick it off. Maybe two. The last thing you want to do is just start spraying and taking any little shitty setups that you see. That's how you will get burnt. Another thing you should do is realize the benefits of trading less. You will preserve mental capital, you'll increase your win rate, and not only that, but the process of trading will feel a lot less stressful for you if you're just focusing on taking 1 or 2 clean setups a day as opposed to hopping in 5, 6, 7 positions. One thing that really worked well for me was I would mark up all the trades I took during the week. And what I would do is mark up my setups based on what I rated them. So for example, when I was overtrading, and I still have some problems with overtrading sometimes, but I'm getting a lot better. But when I did overtrade, what I would do is I would mark up my setups for the week, and I would rate my setups. So I would rate my setups A+, A, and these are the setups that I'm only willing to take, A+ or A setups, and then anything below an A would be considered a setup that I shouldn't be taking. So that would be like a B+ setup, B setup, C setup, and I would take my P&L for the week, and then I would calculate what my P&L would have been if I eliminated all the other trades that were B+ or below. So I'd calculate my P&L based on if I only took the A+ trades, and I was shocked how much higher my P&L would be if I just simply focused on, or if I just took those clean setups. So this has helped for me. And another thing I'd recommend is back testing. If you don't back test, I would get on the charts and simply back test a couple months just waiting for those A+ setups, and then back test a couple months trading the way you would normally trade. And I guarantee you will be shocked at the results, and you will build the confidence you need to be able to sit on your hands and watch those B+ setups go without you. You will build that confidence through back testing and just seeing the results, seeing how much better the results are when you wait for those clean setups. So that is the video summed up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, I'm not trying to, be a teacher or anything. I'm simply just trying to tell you what has worked for me in the past, and really the steps that I took in order to practice these 3 things. So take any bits and pieces of information you want from this video, and I hope that I can at least help one person fast track their trading journey. And yeah, man, that's it. Catch you in the next one.